Welcome to Sugar Ink, a podcast about living the plus side of life.
Hi, I'm Sugar from Sugarcoat It.
And I'm Samara from Blonde Ink.
And you're listening to the Sugar Ink Podcast. Welcome back to 2018, team.
Woot woot.
I know, right? It's been a little while, and if you were listening to us in the studio, you'd know that this is about my fifth attempt to get this recorded because I suck at this now.
We all of a sudden are rusty as hell and can't even manage to hit record.
I know.
So bad.
Well, yeah, we're about 5 minutes into a conversation and I realised, wait a minute, I don't see any voice waves here.
What's happening?
I think we have a problem.
But we got it sorted. We're here. We're happening.
Yeah, we're here. We've made it back. This attempt at recording was almost as disastrous as our season 2.
Oh, season 2. I feel like it's that weird kind of season in a TV show where some weird person directed it and everyone's like, let's just forget that season when you go back and rewatch it and you always skip this weird season. People can just skip season 2 for us. All happening in season 3. We hope.
Well, fingers crossed. It's not 1,000,000,000 degrees here anymore, so we might have some chance of locking me in my office every now and again.
Yeah, I feel like for you, it's really, really bad time of year, summer. You like summer, but for your office, it's horrendous.
I know. And you know the crazy part? Every time we get to about March, I talk myself out of air conditioning because I have a fan in here and, you know, it's quite pleasant most of the year. And then it comes around to sort of mid-December through to now. And it's so hot, I can't work during the day, and it's just shocking. And I'm like, why didn't I put aircon in yet? And then, so this year I'm determined not to have that amnesia and forget why the heck I want aircon. I'm just going to get it done, even if I only use it for that 1 month a year, because I'm in here a lot more than I used to be, actually. So it's essential now.
Yeah, I think it's just essential in Australia, full stop.
Yeah, double that in Queensland.
Oh my God, I can't. I've had a jacket on every morning this week because it's so cool, but I feel like that's not how it works for you.
No, well, it's rainy today and it's kind of cool, but not jacket weather cool. Just no one died today because of the heat cool.
It's never jacket weather up there, let's be honest.
I know. Oh, speaking of which, I found my grey jacket. Do you know the missing grey jacket that I couldn't find for New Zealand? Figured it had gone forever.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to guess where it was?
In a random box?
Nope.
Actually, in your cupboard?
Nope.
In your car?
No.
At your lover's house?
Nope.
Where?
It was at my sister's house.
A thief.
Yeah.
Did she borrow it?
No, it's from when I lived there.
Oh, right.
3 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so that tells you how often I need a nice winter jacket.
Oh, my God. 3 years.
Yeah, she moved and sent it home with Kelvin and he walked in with it and I was like, where the hell does that mean? And he's like, your sister gave it to me? I don't know, man, but it's back, so I'm ready. Next time I go to New Zealand, I have a coat.
Nice.
No one panic. Or next time I come to Canberra, which would be my first time in Canberra.
You should definitely come to Canberra. I have a spare room. I can show you where Parliament House is.
Oh, my God. I don't want to go near Parliament House. I'll get arrested for saying stuff at politicians.
Yeah, no one actually likes going to Parliament House in Canberra. It's such a gross thing.
I'd get thrown out by security and end up on a national watch list.
I mean, we could go try and meet Barnaby Joyce and, tell him what we think.
Be like, so, Barnaby, mate, we need to have a chat. Which, I don't want to talk to him about his sex life, thanks. But
I'm so sick of hearing about his sex life.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, it's such a train wreck, his situation.
Yeah.
Such a train wreck.
People keep saying to me, I can't believe that we're paying this much attention, or it's national news what a politician does in his personal life. You know, I'm from quite a rural area, so we're pretty national liberal around here. So hence the conversation. And I'm like, guys, no one actually cares who he sleeps with. It's about her getting offered jobs that maybe shouldn't have been offered, or
more money, pay rises.
Yeah, that's it. Or him having sex with someone who's meant to be working for him. And how do you ever manage that balance of power effectively? And you're a politician, a married politician.
His preaching of the same-sex debate. Yeah, he's like, I believe in marriage, blah, blah, blah.
Family
literally
values.
While he was having an affair.
Yeah, impregnating someone who was not his wife.
Crazy. That's the bit I have issue with, is this politician saying one thing and doing another. He's a complete joke. Yeah,
absolutely. It's like, how dare you have stood there and weighed in on other people's marriages. And
exactly.
Yeah, friggin' stay out of it, mate. You're not anyone that we want anywhere near our marriages. Thanks.
No.
Gay, straight, or otherwise.
No. If his version of marriage is what he's offering, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It'd be completely different if it was an arrangement him and his wife had. You know, when in Vegas or Canberra, what happens in Vegas or Canberra. But clearly she was not in on the story. She was one of the first ones to come out to the paper and be like, so he's a dick, huh?
Yeah. My children have not seen their father in months because he's now shacked up.
Yeah, shacked up. I love the phrase shacked up.
So sad.
I just covered my mouth while I was laughing because I keep reading out the sound files with ha ha ha.
You're going to have some work to do.
I am. Go team.
And you've since we recorded, I can't even think what month it was our last episode.
Oh, it's been a while.
You've had a complete change with your blog career.
I did. It was tis the season, apparently. So you gave it up altogether. I gave up outfit photos mostly altogether because, well, people who know me know I wear literally the same thing all the time. I just replace them when they get done. And personal style, really, once I found mine, it became less and less of something I was interested in talking about.
Yeah.
Which, happens. That's how I started talking about fashion in the first place, is I was pretty interested in finding a style for me. But, so I decided that I'd take the lifestyle element of my blog and pair it with something that I love talking about, which is social media and business. So,
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm not sure everyone is. I think a lot of people are pretty disappointed that I decided to step away from the fashion side of things, but...
Yeah, so did you receive a lot of, not backlash, but maybe this was really the reason I was following you?
Yeah.
And that the audience will now really change?
It definitely has been the case. And a lot of people hung in because I made the move basically at the start of the year. I made an official announcement. It had been, I'd started a #+blogger challenge. And within a couple of weeks, I was like, seriously, this is the last thing I want to be doing. I couldn't muster the enthusiasm to participate, and neither could anyone else, let's face it. So I shut that down and I started thinking, it would have been probably end of November, early December, I started thinking maybe I need to consider what I'm actually interested in talking about, and I'd started making the YouTube videos at that point, and they were all very much social media focused and talking about Instagram and Facebook and how I started blogging. So I took that as a bit of a sign.
Yeah. And I actually wonder if the kind of outfit sharing and not inspiring people in like living your best life, but inspiring people through fashion is kind of seeing a decline. I know me personally, it's not really what I go online for anymore. And maybe that's just because I'm at the same stage as you are with my fashion as well. I just don't feel the need to share it as much or talk about it.
Yeah.
Like whether that's a decline overall, or are we just in that stage of our life where we're like, meh, I'm over it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I think we both definitely have nutted out what our personal style is. We're not looking for much inspiration anymore. We're just kind of like, oh, this is what I like to wear, so I'm just going to go ahead and wear it. You know?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of that. But at the same time, when, oh God, this is probably going to drop me in some shit. But at the same time, when you go on Instagram for inspiration and people are wearing the exact same items from the exact same shops, usually gifted, it's kind of like there's no inspiration there.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah, see, that's going to get me in trouble, I think.
No, I agree, because even when I go on Pinterest these days to look for like how to maybe style something like a jacket or something, it's literally the same photos that come up that I saw 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I went searching the other day. I had a new pair of sort of denim joggers, which I definitely didn't need a new pair. I have so many pairs of denim joggers. Some of them fit better than others, to be fair. But, yeah, so, and it was still Gabby Greig from Gabby Fresh from like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Or me when I got my first pair up in that shit. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think the algorithms probably have a lot to do with that, in that the bigger bloggers just get bigger and therefore they dominate searches, and they may not be producing newish content that takes over the older stuff. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel there seems to be a bit of a, I don't know, the appetite for it's just not there anymore. Probably as well because the cost of that sort of stuff, like you and I have talked about that before, unless you are happy to recycle clothing, which most people are, to keep up with it is just so expensive. Expensive.
I completely agree. And I think a lot of people, especially in Plus, we're quite picky consumers. So we do, because we've had such limited choices in the past, more often than not, we demand that items are ethically made, and we demand that people are being paid properly, and we want stuff that is quality and wears well and all that sort of stuff. It's because we're used to paying a higher price point. And I think at some point that throwaway fashion idea and the idea that I have to have something new to photograph all the time, it just doesn't fit in with those ideals at all. It's just like, it's like me here. I'm literally sitting, there's 3 boxes, like plastic tubs worth of clothes in the corner here waiting for me to do a giveaway or a sale or something like that. And my closet is full.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed since stopping that I am shopping less.
Yeah.
Like it's reduced my shopping quite a bit. Have you found the same?
Oh, absolutely. Because where I do wear the same things all the time, often I'd be looking for something to add that people hadn't seen before. Or I'd say yes to clothes that were being offered to me that I don't necessarily want or need.
Yeah.
You know, and now that there's no need to, and I don't want to use manufacture, but it kind of was that. Now that there's no need to create these posts or manufacture or churn out this content in that sense, I just feel like I don't have to buy anything. And I don't want to get down on fashion, body positivity or any of those sort of things, but I just felt like that wasn't my place anymore. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to feel like I was competing with people who, you know, for the very tiny crumbs to make an income there, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I actually find within Australia, it's still, particularly the plus blogging, it still was not taken as seriously, and like not many brands actually valued what people were creating in that space, that you could make a career out of it, like a lot of the women in America. Like, brands just don't seem to want to go there, or they don't want to actually pay you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just want to give you free clothes.
Yeah, and it's because, let's face it, fashion is a poor industry for all of their, like, whatever. They don't make any money. They don't have money. It's why so many brands are shutting down. And I watched a documentary the other day about, what's his name? Zach Paulson, was it? Zach? Someone? Anyway, his business went through the ringer, and, you know, at one point he was the golden boy and he was in every magazine and he's dressing every celebrity and he's at every party, and he's still working out of his family's apartment, sleeping on the couch. It's like, no wonder a plus brand doesn't set aside a great deal of money for bloggers or influencers, because they don't have it, short version.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they do, they might have $5,000 for the whole year. And so as a blogger, you'd have to pick up all 10 Australian brands to make a living.
Yeah.
And the only way to really make any real money without selling space or stuff like that was through affiliates, through other people buying, which is fine. But I just didn't have any joy putting together shopping posts. You know? I don't shop. I don't spend a lot of time online looking for clothes to buy. I don't create wish lists. It's like, okay, now I have to go do this to attempt to generate some income for my blog.
Yeah, I find that the pressure, like, well, not even pressuring, but the hoping that someone will buy something for you to earn a commission off it, when I know how trapped you can get in that shopping cycle of, you know, kind of blowing. I definitely went through that in my early 20s of pretty much blowing my wage on clothes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Particularly when there was, like, ASOS was the new thing, ASOS Curve. City Chic had just kind of revamped from big City Chic to just City Chic. And and then just spending all my money, and I recently, well, about 6 months ago, I'm going to jump on a bandwagon of reading Barefoot Investor.
Oh God, which not you too.
Yeah. Particularly because we were, Jake and I were combining our incomes and that, which we hadn't done. We were married and we still hadn't done that. And it was a really nice framework to do it. But it also really made us look at what we were spending money on. And I haven't been shopping a lot, but I now kind of look at how we're trying to save money, and I think there's not even room to shop in here, but we're going to have so much saved at the end of the year compared to the years where I was shopping. Yeah. I was literally, I think there's a Sex and the City episode where she's like, I will literally be the woman who lived in her shoes because she spent $30,000 on shoes. Yeah. I was like, I've easily spent that on clothes.
Yeah.
And I have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. I have tubs of discarded items. Yeah.
Yeah, because I find as well, like, shopping within our niche, the quality is not always there that it lasts very long.
Yeah.
So you can't even say if you buy good quality stuff, it will last. Because I really just find there's very few things that have lasted that I've bought.
I definitely feel like the items that are mass produced and sold to a plus customer, maybe even at a moderate to high price point, aren't great items, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like I just shit on everything that built my career in the last number of years. But I do think that it's important to acknowledge that I've changed, that times have changed.
Yeah.
And that I don't think it's responsible of me when most of the comments I was getting was around people wishing they had something or wanting something or, you know, that sort of stuff didn't sit with me because I did want people to have more than a wardrobe full of clothes. I want them to have a life that they enjoy living. So whether that means less hours at work or their own business or, you know, making sure that they can afford their rent in their own house without any sort of stress. And I just think, which I get isn't my problem, but I felt responsible. So,
yeah. I think it definitely, like, I know for you, like for me, your blog definitely served a purpose at that part of my life where I felt like I needed that. I needed to see other women, particularly like happy to wear clothes and not be embarrassed, confident and kind of non-apologetic, and that really like spurred me to go into that phase of my life. Yeah. But it's definitely moved on since then. Like I think, yeah, definitely your blog definitely served a purpose for me.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it did for like a lot of women. But yeah, I think it's nice to kind of say that maybe us that have come on the journey with you, we've kind of graduated. We're feeling good. We're feeling confident. You can now talk about something else.
Yeah, good. And you all found an outfit you like that you can live in. Excellent.
We know where we can shop. We feel good. We can kind of tell everyone to get fucked if they don't like our outfits. We can wear stripes. And if someone's like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing stripes, we can give them a big F you. Like, I think it was definitely a really interesting time for plus women to have those kind of sites like yours.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's so nice. I kind of feel like our friend died. And so I can totally get, because that has been a little bit of the reaction with the change of focus because, you know, even though it's still a lifestyle blog, I'm very aware now that I want to target my articles and my posts and all that sort of stuff towards women who are working for themselves or wish to be working for themselves. So I get that that's not everyone, and it certainly won't be everyone who's found their way to my blog like to date. And so it's hard. It is hard to say goodbye and be like, okay, well, I do appreciate you supporting me and it is okay for you to go too. That's been hard on my ego. Like, do y'all have to leave at once? Like, shit, no.
Just hang around for a little bit. Yeah. The party's not over.
Tank my engagement scores. It's fine. I actually am at a point now where I'm not sure that my blog will ever actually be the thing that earns the majority of my income. The skills that I've garnered from working on a blog are probably it. I have another, like the Leave Home blog. I still have faith that one day it will be something pretty spectacular.
Oh, I still think that's a great blog. I remember talking to you about it at Pro Blogger, and my sister was with me, and she was literally your audience.
Yeah.
Like, just moved out of home, not earning much, how to do things on the cheap, how to be an adult.
Yeah.
Like, how to do a rental application, what you need to do to convince people. Like, I think it's such a great idea.
That could be the kind of blog that maybe one day earns, you know, sponsorship dollars, short version. But I'm not sure now that Sugar will ever be that. So, you know, just for pure, it's been too long now. It should have probably happened.
Sure.
But you know what I mean? I'm just like, so I might as well be writing about whatever the hell I want.
Yeah. It's stuff that brings you joy to write about, not stuff that you go, I don't want to fucking do this.
I know. I don't want to build another where to buy post. And I'm sorry, because I know people love the shit out of them. But don't worry, plenty of people have them.
Oh, plenty of other people do them. That's it. They can go find them.
Enjoy that. Some of them even released the same ones like the week after I did mine. It's easy.
Oh, interesting.
I may have to cut that out because I've definitely crossed over to being a dick.
It's funny though, like when you talk about, you know, which blog and kind of which area is going to be your money earner, because I last year completed a diploma in management and leadership, and every lesson we had women in leadership positions come and talk about their careers and their journey as leaders. And literally all of them except one had several different income streams. Like they were lecturing over here, they work as a consultant over here, and then they have their own business over here. So they had a lot of ways that they were earning money. And that does seem to be the new way to go now, is kind of diversifying. And I mean, you talk about that on blogging a lot, because that's what they say, diversify how your blog makes money. But people are moving that way just within their own working lives as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Working for yourself has always looked like that, I think. And any successful person who goes out of their way to make income for themselves, you just can't count on one person or one stream of income. Yeah. When I was doing websites but not social media with the consulting side of things, sometimes you would take 5 bookings for websites, but no one would be ready to start for like 2 months. So you're busy, you're running around, and there's no money until the deposits start coming in or whatever. So, yeah, it's so interesting. And anyway, that's blog life.
Which is good to catch up people, I think, you know, let people know where things are at for us. If they've, like, I mean, if they try look for my website right now, it does not exist.
Yeah, did the Instagram go as well?
No, I still have the Instagram, but I really don't post on it very much at all. I've totally kind of sidled away from it. I think because my whole job now is spent online, the last thing I want to do is kind of go online when I get home.
Yeah.
Which is the complete opposite to how I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Times change. People change. I think as bloggers, we definitely can flog a dead horse for a little longer than we should.
Yeah.
And, you know, and when it's done, it's done. I think we feel bad about it. Like their whole world's going to crash and burn without us. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we feel we're letting people down.
Yeah.
Which
I feel that way.
Yeah, which I'm sure most of them would probably be like, oh gosh, don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Like,
they'd be like, seriously, babe, I love you, but you're not that important to how my life works. But, you know, good on you for thinking you are. But it does. I definitely feel like I have let people down in terms of not doing what I've always done or not bringing the answers that they've always asked of me. And, you know, that's like you said, it's more about me than them. But, yeah, it can be hard to make a change.
It can. But change can be amazing.
Well, I feel great already. You know, I feel like this works for me. This is what I want to talk about right now. And, yeah, I'm happy to be doing it. So if you're happy to not be doing it, I think that's just as great.
Yeah. So good.
What are we going to call you, though, if we can't be like, hi, I'm Sugar from Sugarcoat It, and I'm Samara from Blonde Ink? What are we going to do?
I'm Samara from Canberra.
Yeah. Nation's capital.
I know. I don't know. I feel like my persona is still Blonde Ink.
We can stick with that.
Yeah, until I figure out a better alternative.
Yeah, let's
Any
go with
ideas, hit us up on Twitter. I still have my Twitter.
Is it the same? You haven't changed any of your handles, just back to your name or anything?
Yeah, my Twitter's now at Samara Gentle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. My Instagram is the same, but my Twitter I changed because it's now kind of my work Twitter.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk to you one day about your work. We definitely have to lock that in.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about work.
Yeah.
And I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. I realised that sounded sarcastic then.
Yeah, no, a little bit, no, maybe.
No, totally not. I love my job, so.
Yeah, awesome. I think people would be really interested to hear about your job and what it entails and stuff that you've learned along the way that they can apply to their own blog or business or social media or just find it interesting because, God, that stuff's so interesting.
I could talk hours.
I know, right? Me too. Which is why I had to change my blog in the end. I was like, literally every time people sit me down, I'm like, so did you see the new change to the algorithm with the... And they're like, Sugar, fuck, shut up.
I know Facebook changed its algorithm. I'm like, I have so many questions. No one wants to talk to me about them.
I know. That's all right. We'll talk to each other.
We can do that.
We'll talk to each other. It'll be fine. But yeah, okay. I think that's definitely caught people up on where we are.
And we are committing to weekly podcasts.
We are. We're going to do everything that we can to make this happen. Just like the old days, like when we launched it with 4 weeks notice.
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. It's happening. Yeah.
And what we're going to do moving forward, hopefully, is also make them available on my YouTube channel, which sometimes they'll have visuals, sometimes it'll just be audio. So if you're not into the podcast app or SoundCloud and those sort of things, you'll also be able to listen to the episodes on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is cool, I think.
Yeah, it makes it easy for everyone to access them.
Yeah, and I think if we can get some video, that'll be interesting, even if you're just watching me plug my headphones back in for the 50th time.
Or me where I'm constantly fiddling with my effing hair, picking up my phone, putting it down because I'm no, I've got to be paying attention.
Yeah. We should definitely wrap this one up because we're way out the end of nowhere now. Turns out we weren't as rusty as we thought we were once we got started.
Now we got back into the groove.
Yeah. God, love that groove. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. I nearly said thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. No, that's different.
Wrong channel.
And if you're not subscribed, please do so. Oh, wait, still YouTube. Okay, thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
For today's show notes, you can visit our website, www.sugarink.com.